that you can sell passively. Once you've created it, you can sell it online. People will find it, they will buy it for you, and that you will get money on repeat from people purchasing that thing. Because if you're a coach or a teacher or a consultant, you have to be online, you have to be doing that session with your client for the hour or however long you're teaching for. And that's time out of your day. That's time out of your, adventures, isn't it? So you want to be limiting that as much as possible to just a few day or 2 days a week. If you can sell something passively and that brings in income, that is a much more travel-friendly way to do this, because that is what's going to give you the real freedom. The passive income is going to set you free. So for me right now, that looks like I have digital guides that I sell. I have a course that I sell, but I also do the coaching and the teaching as well. So I have two sort of areas that I work on. I have the face-to-face with clients work, and I also have my passive income work. And, none of that happened overnight. I built that up over time. I've been away for nearly 2 years and I built it up over that time. And also I started before it was perfect, before I was really ready. I just started putting stuff out there. And once you start getting clients, you start making sales, suddenly you realize that you can do this. And that gives you a huge boost of confidence and makes you keep going. So the next thing I think is really important is the destination. So obviously you need to choose where you're going to go first, because you need to book flights somewhere, don't you? So I know it sounds a bit silly, but choosing the destination is it's another real boost, because it gives you that, something to aim for and plan for. And everything else then falls into place, because if you're going to Thailand first, you can book your flights, you can get your visas, you know what travel insurance you need. Everything then is easier. And it's the fun bit, isn't it? Let's face it. So we are going to Borneo first, which I'm really excited about. I have been to Borneo before. It was about 15 years ago, so before Jai came along. And it's Jai's idea. He really wants to go because he loves animals. He loves orangutans and elephants and all of those things. So we are going to go to Borneo first, and it's just going to be me and him, because Jeff's going to stay in the UK and work for a bit longer. So it's going to be a mum and son adventure to the jungle. So I can't wait. And for me, that's what world schooling is all about, isn't it? It's about following their interests, following what lights them up. Let's go to Borneo and learn about orangutans. So our plan after Borneo is going to be to go to Thailand again. Thailand is like my second home. I'm always there, but we are going to meet up with some friends there who we met in Goa, another world schooling family. So that's going to be really exciting. And Thailand's a really good option as well, because it's very world schooling friendly, lots of hubs, lots of expats, lots of kids, lots of families. And it's just one of my favourite places in the world, actually. And that's going to be really nice, because it is going to be me and Jai, like I said, for a little while. So it would be good for me to have my friend there and support and meet other people, of course. But it's also really important for Jai that he has a friend he already knows, and then more friends to be met as well. Community is really, really important. I think traveling the world, whether you're on your own with your child or, you have your partner, and it doesn't matter how many kids you've got either, having a community around you is essential. It's essential for the kids to learn and meet other kids and learn off other families and be part of that community. But it's just as essential for me, especially when I'm on my own, but even when it's both of us. We need to meet friends as well. We need to meet other people. We don't want to just be us all the time. And when you start meeting people in these communities, you hear about other hubs that are going on, other places that are really special and full of, world schoolers, or places to go in the world that you wouldn't necessarily think of and are definitely worth a visit. So it's just the best thing about traveling, actually, is the people that you meet and the community that you find yourself in. One of the things I've learned is that last time we did try to plan out too much. So when we first left, we had a plan for Europe, we had a plan for Southeast Asia, we had a plan for Australia, and we did kind of stick to it. But I think, if you do too much research and you plan too far ahead, you do tend to miss out on other opportunities that come up. And you know, we have been involved in World School Hubs that weren't as good as others. Some have been brilliant and some have been not so good. So I think if you plan all of your travels around the World School Hubs and you find yourself in one that's not the best, then you might want to change your plans and go somewhere else. So if you're too stuck in your route because of flights being booked ahead and accommodation being booked ahead, then you don't have that flexibility. So I really, honestly, I believe being adaptable, being flexible and not having too much planned ahead is really important if you're traveling long term. So yeah, this time I'm being a lot more flexible. We've got Borneo for a few weeks, Thailand for, I don't know how long, maybe a month, maybe longer. And then after that, we don't know. So that's where we're at with it, really. And that works really well for me, my personality. Obviously, other people find it really stressful, not having too much planned ahead. But I would always say not more than 3 months. Try not to plan more than 3 months ahead, because then you've got more flexibility. Now, the thing I see most in groups and talking to people who are planning to do something like this is that people overplan. People spend months, even years, planning to do this. You know, they research every visa, they look into every accommodation available. They're on Airbnb and booking.com and in WhatsApp groups. They're looking into every school or World School Hub. And they're often comparing themselves to families that they see on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok who have been doing this for, 5 years or something. And I think what I need to say to you, if this sounds like you, is you don't need to do that. This isn't about the planning, because what's happening if you're doing that is you're not planning, you're procrastinating. The families that leave, the families I've met traveling, are the ones who have made the decision, set the date, book the flight. And it's as simple as that. And the flight doesn't have to be in the next few weeks. It can be even next year. But once you've got that flight booked, you've got a date, and then you can start making things actually happen. And, do it when you don't feel ready, because you will never feel completely ready. There will always be a reason to not go, whether that's your job, your family are going to miss you, and saying we don't want you to go. Maybe it's the house, maybe it's, just bought a new car. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something to stop you going. There's never the right time, but if it's something that you want to do, you just have to make it happen. So start trying to make the perfect plan. Plan for the first 3 months. Get your income sorted, pick your destination and go. Everything else will figure itself out on the road. I promise you that. So what does life look like for me right now if I think it's 6 or 7 weeks before we leave? So I am working a lot at the moment. I'm working online. I'm building up my income. I'm building up my passive income and my coaching and my teaching. So I have that savings. I've got some savings there. So I've got that financial buffer for the first few months. I'm filming lots of YouTube videos like this one because building this channel is part of my long-term plan for income. I'm working on my course content. I'm working on my coaching. I've got my business coaching. I've got my mindset life coaching, and I've got my teaching English. And of course, in between all that, I am researching Borneo. We are going to go to places I have been before, but also places I haven't. So that's quite exciting. And of course, I've got to think about it all that I'm traveling with a kid this time. It's not just me and Jeff, it's me and Jai. So we're talking about that. We're watching lots of videos about Borneo to get us in the mood. And I'm starting to slowly tick off my to-do list of visas, accommodation, internal flights, travel insurance, what else? Things I need to buy to pack as well, mosquito repellent, all those sort of things, vaccinations. Yeah, there's a long list, but we'll get through them. So if you're in the planning stage right now, if you're just thinking about this is something you want to do one day, or if you're actively planning and you have a date, I'd love to know where you're at. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because it really helps me. And tell me in the comments, where are you at? How long until you leave? Are you planning to leave? Is this something that you're just dreaming about right now? I'd love to read all your comments. And if you want the practical tools to start building your own plan, I have the perfect resource for you. It's called the Exit Plan, How to Leave the UK with Kids. and it walks you through exactly where to start. The link is in the description, so go and have a look at that. And obviously from June onwards, I'll be filming everything that we're doing. We're back in Asia, refilming Borneo, so I can't wait for that, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I'll see you in the next video.